Welcome to the DV Show.
I like the red. You're a YouTube guy, so you get all red going on.
Well, I got this brand new light. I actually ordered it in August, and it's been on back order. Ordered two of them, but only received one of them so far. But it can do any color I want.
Very cool.
Yeah, pretty fun.
Oh, you got lights going on? Is that what that is? Yeah, I can do any light back here too and make it a different color. I should join you.
Well, I'll show you. So I've got a little tower there to block it, so it's not putting the red on me. But you'll see this big huge. Well, it's two. I'll show you from behind. So there's just a big light here shining red up on the.
Yeah, no heat from that thing.
Phone.
It's LED, right?
It's LED, so yeah, not too much light, but I can really just adjust and control the color.
Sweet.
So you put me in there, and I'll adjust to my anyway.
Nice, very
Red's
nice.
Kind of a fun color. Let's put it back to red. Oh wait, I must have bumped something.
Oh no.
Now you're gonna see behind the scenes.
Yeah, it's all good. Don't worry.
I'm so.
I know how it goes. So, I caught you on. I think it was podcast or something like that. So
I don't know.
One of them.
I think that's what I want right there.
See, that's the rule of a new studio.
There you
Don't
go.
touch
Cool.
anything.
Yeah. So this company that makes this light is called Aperture. Kind of like camera aperture, but spelled a little different. And they have these other lights that are just, single color, just daylight, but they're so user-friendly and so powerful and so quiet. And I've been really happy with everything they make.
Very cool. So you are obviously serious about YouTube. You're obviously serious. I mean, you've got some pretty big claims on, Be the Hero Studios on your website. And let's get into what got you started. Well, how'd this all happen?
Yeah. So are we officially in the interview or?
We are. See, I'm a professional. I don't let you see the tally light,
Well, absolutely. So, I pursue results. I'm driven by results, and I'm a master of efficiency. And so my business has evolved quite a bit as I've really followed what gets the best results. So I started with a web design service, and my clients were happy because we design them pretty websites. But in my mind, I'm thinking, well, they're not really getting many visitors. Not much traffic's going to the website. So then I created an SEO service, and we got these pages ranked on the top of Google, and they were happy about that. But I was thinking, well, you're not making any sales. The websites are pretty brochures, and you're starting to get traffic now. So then I started creating promo videos so they could really promote their services and have a call to action. And the funny thing is I noticed something about 8 years ago. I noticed that these pages that we had on Google, and maybe I'll give you a few details of how we got them ranked on the top of Google.
Yeah, I'd love to know that. This is magic.
Yeah, I mean, we put a how-to video on the page. We would transcribe that video, so we had a lot of content, and we made it look pretty. We'd create infographics so that we could link it to Pinterest. We would do article marketing and broadcast these articles out and have them link back to the page. And we do blog commenting. We do the keywords and the tags and all that stuff. So it was a lot of work, and it did work though. We got those pages ranked on the top of Google. And then I noticed something. I noticed that this how-to video was getting more traffic itself over on YouTube than the entire page we created that was ranking number one on Google. And 50 times more traffic. And I'm like, I like these results. I like the simplicity of creating one thing. And so I really just refined that strategy. And about 6 years ago, I reached out to some people to do a kind of a comprehensive, let's just go full bore on your YouTube channel. Really not just do a video here, a video there, but let's do like a year or 2 year campaign using the strategy I'd figured out.
Now, let me stop you there for 1 second. Let me interject. So This was way before Google took over YouTube, I'm assuming, right? So this was when YouTube was by itself. So you managed to get this SEO going on even way before Google even took over.
I admit I don't know the dates of that, but the YouTube search engine is fantastic. One of the great advantages to YouTube in the way that they started from the beginning is their partner program and sharing the revenue with creators. And so there's really just this vested interest in having creators make good content, and the better their content is, the more the YouTube promotes it. And so and naturally it's got an amazing search engine built into it, so it's just the prime environment to really get good results like this. So anyway, the rest is kind of history, as they say, because with those first few channels that I launched with my clients, they really did well. They got a huge traction, huge track record of success now that I could show others. And early on, I couldn't sell my services. Like, I partnered with these people, but now that I had a big track record of success, I could sell my services now, and I became a profitable business. So
they want you. All right. So tell me I mean, I don't know if you can, but you offer this as a service. So what are the secrets of getting, because YouTube right now is very competitive, like super competitive. I mean, I dabbled in it a little bit, and I got the views that I wanted in some circumstances. In some circumstances I didn't, but the interview's over as far as I'm concerned, because you gave some really good gems there at the beginning. Not only doing your YouTube channel, your YouTube video, but extending it out with infographics and this and that, everything leading to that video, which is an idea of what I got. I mean, tell me more.
All right. So I've got a 5-ingredient formula.
Ooh.
That if you follow these 5 ingredients, you will get results on YouTube. And let me even qualify what results are. So the first 4 ingredients, if you follow just those 4 and not the 5th one, you'll get traffic. It'll be gradual. It'll be a trickle of traffic that'll come in, but it will be your ideal clients. So if you have a business, you'll start getting leads into your business with this, and these videos will continue to get you results for years and years to come. So you just make a video, you post it to YouTube, it will rank today, and you'll get traffic from that video for years. And if you include ingredient number 5, which I'm going to give you all these ingredients, then you'll actually at one point receive exponential growth and promotion. YouTube will really promote your content beyond the search engine directing traffic to you.
So this is all organic, not paid, all organic.
Yeah, I don't do paid. I don't do paid traffic. And I'm not an expert at viral traffic either, yet I've had many videos get millions and millions of views. And some of the channels I can tell you about are getting 20 or 30,000 views every single day. And we don't make viral content. So it's content that's pulling in people who love you, admire you, and want to hire you. So ingredient number 1 is my leaf strategy. Okay, all 5 ingredients, the ingredients 2 through 5, I'll be able to cover pretty quickly. But ingredient number 1, I want to go into detail on. My leaf strategy. You got to picture a tree. Okay, so a tree has a really broad trunk that goes out into branches that goes out to the leaves. And the trunk represents your broad area of expertise. Each branch represents the many different categories, right? So if you wrote a book, the book might be on this trunk, but each chapter would be a different branch. The leaves represent the very specific questions that people are asking. And I'm talking real specific, like an 8-word phrase or a 10-word phrase, but yet still has keywords. Consistent search volume. Yeah, keywords, but really long, and that still have consistent search volume. So for example, I did some keyword research with my friend Katie Gutierrez in Miami, who's an interior designer. And we use this tool, we put in the word living room design, and we found a whole bunch of really specific questions, like how to design a living room with a corner fireplace. That's pretty specific. How to design a living room with high ceilings, or how to design a kitchen living room combo. Right. So
and you're finding all this on that tool.
Yeah. And the tool, there's a company called
Ahrefs.
There's a company called SEM Rush that makes this keyword magic tool. I love the name because it does work like magic. I've used many tools over the years. It came out in beta 2 years ago, and boy, was it a game changer for me. It basically took 8 hours of work down to 1 hour. So it sounds simple, and it seems like, okay, we just got to do keyword research. We've heard keyword research, we've heard that phrase or SEO or these terms for so long, and we kind of get overwhelmed. Throw away everything else that you've learned. Throw away the overwhelm, because with this one tool, it will make a huge difference if you do it before you film. You can't film videos, or you can't go back and say, wow, I've got hundreds of hours of amazing content, I just need to SEO it. It doesn't work that way on YouTube. Here's an example to kind of illustrate that. So my friend Doreen, she is a nutritionist, and she teaches natural remedies. She came to me and said, I have a sore throat remedy, and I think it would make a good video. If I would have pulled out my camera and just filmed her telling me about this sore throat remedy, and then did keyword research after, the title I found was How to Get Rid of Strep Throat Without Antibiotics. Real specific, 9 words long. We couldn't have given that video that title after the fact, right? Because she wouldn't have used that phrase. She wouldn't have talked about the why not antibiotics or without antibiotics. She wouldn't have talked about strep throat specifically, or maybe, but it wouldn't have been the focus. So if you do keyword research first, you know exactly what to talk about. And when you start your video, it's like, hey, welcome back. In this episode, I'm going to teach you how to get rid of strep throat without antibiotics. So people know exactly that they found what they're searching for. So if you do the keyword research first, you go for phrases that are that long, they're so specific that you eliminate a lot of the competition. And you also don't need phrases that have thousands and thousands of searches each month. Typically, other people have access to this tool or keyword research tools like this, and they'll find phrases that have high search volume. We just want a trickle of traffic, right? So even if the phrase gets 10 or 20 searches a month, those people, they see your video title like, oh, that's exactly what I just typed in. That's exactly what I'm looking for. So they end up watching your video all the way to the end. And the algorithm sees that. The YouTube algorithm's like, oh, wow, we just sent somebody this video and they watched it all the way to the end. This is a good video. Who else can we suggest this video to? So YouTube starts to be your promoter. They start to promote your content. You're not paying YouTube for that. And in fact, as you start getting, a significant amount of traffic, YouTube actually pays you for that because of their partner program. So, if you're getting millions of views on videos, YouTube's paying you thousands and tens of thousands of dollars for that advertising space. My biggest video, like, maybe I'll say it this way because it will really sink in. If you make a video that makes YouTube money, YouTube will promote that video. So I have a video, it did not go viral, but yet YouTube promoted it so much, it's had over 6 million views. This was a unique scenario where I was a partner on the channel. This is one of the first channels I told you about. That one, I got the ad revenue for this video. And over 2 years, my ad revenue for this one video was $150,000.
No way.
It generated leads, though, at a much more profitable scale. I would estimate it was about $3 million that generated in my business partner to his business from just that one episode.
Come on, Nate. Is it this easy? Is it that easy?
Well, I would say
you're not telling me something.
When we get to ingredient number 5, you'll find out, this isn't easy.
Yeah, I can already tell. So the only reason why you're using these keywords is to create a title for your YouTube video, right? That's the only reason at this point. And maybe stick it in, when you do the, what do you call it there? The background text. What did you call it?
Tags and stuff.
Yeah, tags and things. Yeah.
Yeah. Here's the interesting thing about YouTube. It stopped using the tags. It transcribes your video automatically. And so it knows what your video is about. And so YouTube even admitted, maybe for a few moments or a few seconds, however long it takes the program to actually transcribe your video, before that happens, it might look at your tags to kind of get a guess of what the video is about, but eventually it knows what it's about because, so if you make a video, how to invest in real estate with no money, naturally, as you answer that question, you're going to be talking about real estate and getting a mortgage and a loan and the buyers. You're going to be using all the right words that relate to that topic. And so YouTube will know exactly what your video is about and know who to show it to.
So can you sneak
So-
a little bit? Because I know you can upload your own like text version of your video, the transcription. So can you put the keywords in that as well? Is that something?
What I do, YouTube does an automatic transcription, and I will edit it but I edit it so that it's better for subtitles. So I add punctuation, I add capitalization, I'll correct spelling errors. Sometimes if we're using, jargon or words that, are kind of important for us, but that the auto translate might not get correct, we make sure that that's all correct in there, and then that works to our advantage. You can upload your own, but it will still have its transcription. So if you're trying to cheat the system and put other keywords in there that you didn't even talk about, say you're like, what, Grant Cardone or Robert Kiyosaki, they're ranking for these, or Donald Trump is ranking for this, I'm going to put his name in there. But if you never really talked about those people in your video, YouTube is smarter than that.
Okay.
All right. So I've talked a lot about ingredient number one, and it is really important. I talk a lot about this on my own YouTube channel and show lots of examples of that. But let me get into ingredients number 2 and 3. So number 2 is you want your videos to be an average length of 10 to 12 minutes. Okay. Ingredient number, and we can talk more about that. Ingredient number 3 is you want an average view duration or an average retention rate of 50% or higher. So if you have a 10-minute video and people are leaving after 30 seconds or even 90 seconds or something, YouTube's going to say, ooh, why is this video not performing well? Let's find another one that will keep them around longer. But if people are watching to the end, or you're at least getting, on average, people are sticking around for at least half of it, then you're heading the right direction.
And that you can find that out in the analytics when you post the video, right?
Yeah, YouTube shows you everything. They show you
it's interesting,
the location, the geography, the gender, the all the different demographics, materials. They show you what part of the video people are leaving.
Wow.
Yeah, it's crazy. And you can compare one video to another and kind of gauge, okay, how come this one performed better than that? YouTube really gives us everything.
Didn't know that. Wow, I'm getting a lot here.
That's what I do. I pull back the curtains.
That's right. It's cool.
And I can demonstrate, because some people say, whoa, I get both actually. Some people say, wow, 10 minutes? That sounds like a long time.
Yeah.
But other people say,
it's against the rules,
10 minutes and up. Well, on a lot of platforms, a minute is adequate. A minute video on Facebook is kind of like, we don't want to watch anything longer than that there, or Instagram especially. And people have been taught that, if you're making your promo video, you don't want it to be longer than 2 minutes or 3 minutes max, right? Well, that is true, because that's a commercial. That's a sales pitch, and people know that you're selling them something. And so you've got to be really high energy. It's got to be really entertaining and keep people's attention. But we're talking about how-to videos, educational videos, where they're searching for it. We're giving them value, and we're taking them through a process. And 10 minutes is a great amount of time to do that. And each environment has kind of its norm. So if we open up Netflix, if there's something that's 30 minutes long or 50 minutes long, we're kind of used to that. That's kind of the norm. A 1-minute Netflix episode would be really weird. The norm on YouTube is 10, 12 minutes. That's very common. I mean, you'll find a big variety of greater and smaller, but in the channels I watch, 10 to 12 minutes is the norm there too.
Okay.
But I have a demo I can give you. So
sure.
On that topic that Doreen shared, how to get rid of strep throat without antibiotics, I'm going to give you a bad example and then a good one, like what would keep people watching longer. So here's my bad example. All right, as we dive into this topic of how to get rid of strep throat without antibiotics, you need to grab 3 ingredients. You need to grab some fresh garlic, you need to grab some raw honey, and then some cayenne pepper. And if you mix all those things together and take that, it'll actually wipe out your strep throat. Okay, so people watching that, they might think, ooh, that's an amazing remedy, and they're in their kitchen. Or I haven't had time to build credibility, so they might think, I don't know about that. That sounds too good to be true. Or who knows what they're thinking, but I've already given away the secret. Why are they going to watch the rest of this 10-minute episode? Here's an example that I think would work better. All right, as we dive into this topic of how to get rid of strep throat without antibiotics, first I'm going to talk about why not antibiotics. And there's some good reasons we're going to cover. Then there are 3 ingredients. We're going to talk about each one, how each one is a natural antiviral and a natural antibacterial. Then we're going to go into my kitchen, and I'm going to show you how to make this and how to take it. And then I'm going to wrap this video up with a story about my son when he was really young. He had a high fever. He had strep throat. We used this remedy for him, and he had a side effect that was pretty significant, and you'll experience too. So you want to have a heads up. So let's dive right in. Okay. So
and then
I
intro.
Really set the
then
stage.
you have your intro.
Right. So, people realize, okay, he knows what he's talking about. This is going to be good. This is really what I'm here for. I'm ready for a 10-minute episode. I'm going to get comfortable, right? And they're going to watch the whole thing. That's the goal of
to build that retention rate up.
Exactly. All right. You ready for ingredient number 4?
Let's do it.
All right.
We're on 4 already?
Yeah, we're on 4. You need to design a custom thumbnail. So the thumbnail is that still image that you see. If you open up YouTube, there's a whole menu of videos in front of you begging you to click on them. Well, that still image is called a thumbnail. And YouTube will automatically just grab a random spot in your video and use that as a thumbnail if you don't create one. But they don't work so well, the automatic ones. And so you can use a program like Photoshop or a free program like Canva. Canva has YouTube thumbnail templates. They have them all the right dimensions already. So you can just create something that creates curiosity. What will make people want to click? And in the beginning, just guess. It is a lot of guesswork. Even for me, we've been doing this for years. You kind of just take a guess. Like, I have an idea that might work. And as you start to get traffic, there are tools you can use to test like one versus another. And you'll see, this one got a 4% click-through rate, but this one got a 7%. I think I understand why. And you kind of start to learn.
So you got to have like a facial reaction or something, right? Like something that's, like I see a lot of these goofy faces and doing something really goofy, which gets the attention, right?
The goofy faces really seem to work. Yeah. If you can see the whites of their eyes and they're like reacting like crazy and they're pointing at something
that gets it.
Yeah. It seems to work. On how-to videos, if we have a video that's like, how to design a living room with a corner fireplace, you don't need to put that same text in the thumbnail because the thumbnail and the title are always shown together, but you can add some text that will enhance the curiosity. Because if, let's say I'm pointing at a corner fireplace, on the thumbnail, I might say 3 musts or something like that. Like, there's 3 things that I've got to know, and it makes me want to click on it to find out what the 3 things are. So anything you could do to create that curiosity. Okay, so I can see you're sitting down, and hopefully everyone watching or listening to this is also sitting down, because ingredient number 5 is a doozy. Okay, you've got to post 5 episodes per week. Yeah. You got to plan on that consistency for a year or more. It gets hard. Yeah. So the strategy is simple. It's kind of straightforward. You do the keyword research, you find these questions people are asking, and I've given you some ideas of how we can keep people to stick around longer and get the clicks by making those curiosity creating thumbnails. But you've got to create hundreds of these videos. And even though we're going after the phrases that have low competition and low volume, we're getting high quality volume. But as we're creating hundreds of these videos, in a year, there are 260 weekdays. So if you launched a video every single weekday, by the end of the year, you'd create 260. It's a lot of work.
It is.
Okay. The results that come from this are, I'll keep this client confidential so I can give you actual numbers. One client, his channel is still really small. He just passed 1,100 subscribers. So just 1,100 subscribers. His business is making $150,000 per week in revenue because it's generating leads for his business. I've got another one that I can tell you. It's Chris Crone. He teaches real estate investing. Now, he's been doing it for 6 years. I started the channel with him at 0 subscribers. We're now approaching 600,000 subscribers. His business is now bringing in $1 to $2 million per month from organic YouTube traffic. Let me give you one that's
And this is all based on your formula, basically, right? Through these steps.
Yeah,
they're doing.
Yeah,
this?
I produce dozens of different YouTube channels, and we all use the same strategy. Paul Jenkins, he teaches parenting, he teaches relationships. We're approaching 200,000 subscribers on his channel. It's a lead generation machine for him. And yeah, we follow these 5 ingredients, and it works.
Super. Very cool. Very cool. Well, we on the DV show here are on a mission to rid the world of bad video. And the definition of bad video in this case is video that doesn't work for you or just lays flat. And you pretty much defeated. You're pretty much helping us accomplish our mission of ridding the world of bad video. So thank you very much for coming on the show, Nate.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, cool. Yeah, that's I forgot to mention your betheherostudios.com, but I'll do that, later. I'll make it look really cool. So What can you do for me, Nate? Part of the reason why I want you on the podcast, not only to learn about you, but I want to boost my channel up too. So I've been doing this since 2005. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And I have a total listenership of about a month on these podcasts. Now, back in the day in 2005, podcasts were just kind of starting up. I was one of the pioneers. And many who have gone before me are making like 6-figure incomes while I still do the American dream of, full-time job and all that other stuff. This was back in 2005. So here I am now, and I have a huge audience who listens to a podcast on how to help themselves create better video. My audience is video professionals, and I've been doing this for so long. 250,000 listeners on a weekly basis. It's an audio podcast, Nate. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I've tried to go on the YouTube channel, try to do the YouTube thing because it makes sense, and just can't do it. It's such a, when it comes to the keyword thing, I'm okay with that. But when it comes to producing the content, the step that you said, that's when it gets kind of tricky. That is so hard to do. That's rough, but that you have to, right? You have to do that.
Yeah, it's because my formula requires so much content. The system that I created is we film 20 episodes in a single day. So right now upstairs, one of my clients, he talks a lot about retirement and insurance and investments. He's upstairs. I think they're past the halfway mark. So they're probably on episode 12 or 13 for today. And yeah, we film 20 episodes at a time. So we only have to film once every 4 weeks.
That's cool.
Yeah, because we have busy schedules. We've got businesses that we run, other responsibilities. And so to think, I'm going to make daily YouTube videos that follow this strategy, it's not realistic.
Now, some people think, you have to create a daily video every single day, and you just kind of nailed it. The guy upstairs is doing all of them at once. I guess 3 hours doing all these episodes, and then you edit it up, put the intro in, and apply your formula, and you're good to go. It's good stuff. Very good stuff.
Yeah.
BeTheHeroStudios.com. Nate, I'm going to close off again saying thanks for coming on the DV show.
Yeah. Thanks for having me.